Howdy. Welcome back, everybody. This is Hunter Felker with Felk's Fishing Bass Hunter, video number 2. I just figured I kind of forgot on the last video. I'll drop the links to my Instagram and Facebook page for my fishing account down in the description and probably in the comments as well. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. So if anybody that's not already following on those social media platforms, they can go over and you guys can go follow. Like I said, probably gonna have to make a new Snapchat account for the fishing stuff just because I know I overwhelm all of my personal friends on Snapchat with all my fishing stuff. So we'll make another one of those. We'll probably make a TikTok too because I know TikTok's on the rage these days, but I know nothing about TikTok. I'm a little too old for that. Anybody questioning, I'm about to be 30 in a couple of weeks. Grew up on the other side of the state in Nebraska. So, grew up sandpit fishing. We also had a bass boat growing up, so Dad would take me out. I was very fortunate to be able to go out and spend time with my dad and go fishing and go camping, pretty much whenever we wanted, whatever weekend we wanted to. So we spent a lot of time growing up just on the bass boat and out camping and stuff. So, also have uncles and cousins who are hardcore bass fishermen who fish on the highest levels that, obviously anybody that tournament bass fishes knows you have to qualify pretty much to go up levels and but they've fished real high levels of bass fishing. So that's where my foundation of bass fishing comes from is obviously my family growing up around them, and then just life experience of being on the bass boat growing up, and then my adult experience of fishing. Just wanted to give more background on that, just for anybody who doesn't know me or has never seen me, doesn't know anything about me. Just wondering who's this guy making a bass fishing page. Just a little bit more context. I do some kayak league tournament stuff. I don't fish personally out of a kayak. I know kayak fishing's not huge nationwide, so to some people's surprise, you don't actually have to fish out of a kayak for most kayak leagues. So I fish actually off an inflatable paddleboard that I bought at Dick's Sporting Goods a couple of years ago. So if you're interested in getting into kayak fishing or have a local club, local league, that's a kayak league. Look at the rules of your league, but I'm sure you could fish out of a canoe, a paddleboard, whatever your rules state, but most rules allow what we call SUPs, SUPs, inflatable paddleboards. So that's what I fish off of. Anyway, I do the kayak scene and all that. I do some local club bass boat tournament stuff. I don't own a bass boat though, so it's on invitation if I just get invited to go fish with somebody. And obviously I'm co-angling. I'm just fishing off the back of the boat, which I've done well, and I enjoy fishing that way because I'm used to fishing that way from growing up. But my preference and desire-wise, I don't really have the desire to go around and co-angle and fish like FLWs and stuff like that as a co-angler. That's not really something I personally want to do. I'd rather be out on my paddleboard by myself, dictating what I do throughout the day. So, anyway, I will try to figure out if I can upload some of my previous bass boat stuff and kayak league stuff and see if I can get it on here. As I said in the first video, I'm doing this all off the Samsung phone right now. I'm not editing or cutting stuff on my computer right now. So whenever you guys see me sitting here going, you're just gonna have to bear with it for now because it's not getting edited out for now. So I just wanted to give more context, more background for the second video. I'll try to jump into maybe some more, maybe some of my setup. The thing is, I don't know if I can upload, I can upload some old photos and pictures of my setup, my SUP setup, but I don't really want to go through the trouble of having to air all that up and set it all up right now up in here. So I'll see if I can upload some of that so you guys can get more of a visual of what I do. So I might just kind of jump straight into maybe some just some tackle stuff and some general stuff, maybe some beginner fishing stuff. But if I can figure out how to upload some of that old stuff, I'll definitely upload videos of some old fishing trips and see if I can include some of the short videos and pictures that I had from those trips. And then I could, from there I could go over like what I was looking at, what the weather was, what pattern I was on that day, what I was, I could do all that stuff. I just have to figure out if I'm smart enough to do that off a cell phone. I don't want to go on for too long for this video, because I know right now this is real bare minimum and probably boring stuff. Like I said also in the first video, if you know me, I know I'm just a rambling man right now, but I promise at some point we'll get into some actual fishing stuff. So like I said, we'll try to see if we can figure out some of the old fishing videos and pictures and stuff. If not, I'll just try to jump into some actual fishing content that people can digest and actually work with, other than sitting here listening to me and going on about stuff. So I suppose with that being said, hit the description, hit the comments, find my Instagram handle, find my Facebook page handle, go follow, go through some of that stuff, and you'll get a much better picture of kind of what I've been rambling about the last two videos. Also, sorry for the sparkly jacket. It's the girlfriend's, but it is quite the disco ball vibe. Anyway, go hit the description, go hit the comments, go follow those, go see some of that stuff. There's some good stuff on there, and come back for my next videos. Spread the word. Later, folks.